Welcome back, fight fans. Up next, a catchweight bout at 150 pounds as Kyle Dolan takes on Dan Farnworth. Let's bring him to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by B3 Enterprises and also Discount Drug Marts, the official ticket outlet of the NAAFS. And now, making his way to the John P. Lennon red corner, please welcome Kyle Dolan.
Well, here comes Kyle Dolan, NAAFS veteran, John, that fight fans that watch the show certainly are familiar with.
Yeah, and he recently has gone. He said he was training for years as an independent. He moved over to Team Titan in Pennsylvania, training with the likes of Tyler Saltzman and Putnam. He says he's worked a lot on his hands for this fight. He said for so long, all he's been is just a wrestler with ground and pound. He's really working on his hands, but I got to believe he's always going to be a wrestler at heart. And he defeated Drew Schottenheimer right here at War on the Shore 2009. And his first appearance, this is his first appearance since he lost to Doug Kolbus at Night of Champions in 09. So almost a little over a 2-year layoff. Let's see if he wants to take that improved stand-up and test Mr. Farnworth.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it. I know I'm a big fan of Kyle Dolan, just a class act kid, hard worker, improves with every fight. So it's been a little while, but we're glad to see him back in action here in Geneva tonight.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet his fiancée, and like you said, real nice guy, down to earth. Really looking forward to this fight.
And now, making his way to the B3 Enterprises blue corner, please welcome his opponent, Dan Farnworth.
Another familiar name to fight fans here in the Midwest, Dan Farnworth, a Griffin Raw product, 4-1 coming into this fight. So this one has all the makings, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it right on air. I'm not going to lie. I train with Dan. He's listed as my son on Facebook. I like Kyle a lot. You know where my heart is, fans, when I'm commentating this. I'm just going to put it out there. He defeated Brett Gruber, who is turning pro with a big win this past Proving Grounds over,
Chaparrals or
yes.
Pronios.
Yeah,
either one.
No, Gruber just coming off a big win, and Dan Farnworth beat him by decision. So I am looking forward to this fight. He's 4-1. His first fight, though, he thought he had unbelievable flu. He had a chest cold, and he fought 3 rounds through it. So, he loves to stand and bang. But keep in mind, as much as he loves to stand and bang, right here last year, War on the Shore, he beat some guy's record for the quickest triangle in NAAF history by 5 seconds when he submitted Justin White in just 34 seconds, defeating yours truly's record of a 39-second triangle.
I was going to say some guy. That's not just some guy, buddy.
Well, he's been giving me the business ever since.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by B3 Enterprises and also by Discount Drug Marts. It is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NAAFS Amateur Series Lightweight Division. And now, introducing fighting out of our John P. Lennon red corner, this fighter's MMA record is 5-2. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighed in at 149 1/2 pounds. Representing Team Titan, fighting out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, presenting the Dodo, Kyle Dolan. And now his opponent fights out of the B3 Enterprises blue corner. His MMA record is 4-1. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 149 1/2 pounds. Representing Griffin Roll MMA, fighting out of Menor, Ohio, Dan Farnworth. Your referee is Mr. Rick Fike.
Well, I'm telling you what, this one is going to be a good one. I don't know if there's any way around it. You got two fighters this caliber, this experience from great camps.
2 young guys.
Yep.
I mean, one of the reasons that this fight's at 150 pounds is as Danny keeps growing, he just may have to eventually turn to a 155 pounder because he's just simply getting bigger as he gets older
He's
and
becoming a
matures.
man. And this is a guy that used to be on the cage crew setting up the cage, and now we're seeing him inside the cage putting on a
Beautiful
show.
couple of leg kicks.
Yeah, they're wasting no time.
And Dolan sinks in a guillotine. Dan needs to defend by putting his arm up there. Right now he's just hanging on the leg. He needs to get that other arm over Kyle's shoulder and put pressure with his shoulder onto his throat.
Boy, Dolan's cranking on that.
He is cranking hard. I don't think he has it quite deep enough, but
Oh boy, you can see the look on his face. He got out of that, but that took something out of him. Farnworth on top in the black and white. Kyle Dolan in the all black on the bottom.
and both those guys came out with some real nice techniques, good combinations. Dan hit some beautiful leg kicks, and Kyle was landing some nice heavy hands. So I'd like to see this thing get standing again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. And that's the beautiful thing about these two fighters. I don't think they mind if it's standing on the ground. We've seen they're both well-versed.
And right now, Kyle's trying to push Dan's left arm. He's obviously going for a triangle, and Dan says, I've been here, done that plenty of times. There he goes again. Dan's going to pass. Look to get in a hook. And right here, what he needs to do is just be patient. Don't get too excited with it. With the heat and humidity, you get too high on a guy, you're going to slip right off him.
That's exactly what happened.
Dan's looking to make sure he retains full guard. It looks like, almost had a triangle. Here he goes for it again. Switches to an armbar, beautiful belly down.
He might have this.
I don't know if he's got his wrist in the right position.
Great job by Kyle Dolan defending.
Great chess match right now, both of these guys.
And you know what? I don't mind seeing a fight on the ground if it's active like this one is. If both guys are shooting for submissions, transitions, it's just as good as a stand-up battle to me.
Right, as long as it's not both guys again.
Yeah, and with this humidity, John, as you said, it's going to be tough to get an armbar.
And what I'd like to see Dan do at that point is go for an armbar, and as Kyle starts pulling out, immediately transition to a triangle. Because you're, like you said, with this heat, humidity, I mean, even early in a round, early in the first round, you're not going to get that arm, much less as, about 250 of the round. Excuse me.
Another tough round to score here. I'm not going to ask your bias, but actually, I will. I know you're a fair and...
Yeah, I will tell Dan when he's lost a round, and I think he did enough with the arm bars to win it. Although Kyle, the first round of striking seemed pretty even. Maybe Kyle got the better with the hands. Kyle went for a nice guillotine that looked like it could have finished the fight, but Dan went for 3 arm bars that, that's just going to leave an impression on the judges.
Yeah, I don't know if I can argue with you. And there you see Big John Hawk, the former NAAFS heavyweight champ.
When you remember when we were little kids and you'd have the automatic pitcher in when you played softball or baseball in the neighborhood? I think that's John Hawk. He's like the automatic corner man. Whenever somebody's from out of state and they can't bring a corner man with them, Hawk always seems to step up.
Well, I'll tell you what, his winning percentage has got to be astronomical because, and I don't have the stats in front of me, his guys seem to win. So I don't know if he's a good luck charm or he's just that good as far as giving advice in the corner, but nonetheless, we'll see if that trend continues here tonight. And there is the one and only Jason Dent in the corner of Dan Farnworth. Of course, Jason Dent, big fight coming up, unify the NAAFS title against Daniel Strauss, October 15th, Sturmack, and what a big one that's going to be.
The IX Center, new facility. The IX Center isn't new, but they have a new facility inside of it that's going to host it. I believe, a 4,000-seat venue?
4,000-seater, and I'll tell you what, the stage that the IX Center is setting up is going to be second to none. Not only is the fight card loaded, but the backdrop is going to be phenomenal. So mark your calendars, fans. October 15th, the NAAFS semifinals back at the IX Center with 2 title fights. But right now, the action is here in Geneva, Ohio.
And I got to tell you, Kyle cannot take very many more of them. He's patting them like, bring it, buddy, but
yeah, those are tough to absorb time and time again.
you can see both the inside and outside leg kicks are starting to do their damage, but Kyle, he's got the better.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think that was a slip more than anything. Kyle's hands, though, right now are better than Dan's. Dan's getting some great leg kicks, but
yeah, Farnworth or Dolan is finding his mark with his little mini right hooks. And a bit of a breeze finally starting to flow through here in Geneva, but I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
that could mean a storm's coming. And right now he's got a guillotine on top. Another one, just like our first round, and we're going to see if he can finish this. Dan looks like he's wincing a lot. He may, oh no, he's still all right, but he's definitely getting cranked.
Yeah, good camera work there.
And at this point, that's just as much a neck crank as a guillotine. You can see Dan's head is off the ground quite a bit, and it's just getting torqued. And the one thing he does not want to do is let Kyle get him into a full mount.
Boy, Dolan going all out for this one here.
Which he just did.
Boy, and this...
Dan doing the right thing. He's pulling Kyle's head down, trying to relieve some of that pressure.
Yep. Great job. Great job by Farnworth.
Unfortunately, he's in the mount. He's going to look to elbow escape, which is a smart thing to do. You don't want to give your back up to a guy like Kyle Dolan. And Kyle has brought some fans with him. You hear some people yelling, Dodo, Dodo. And right now, Dan looks like he's going to reverse positions, get into the half guard of Kyle Dolan. Let's see what damage he can do. We're going to get to a third round, and I think we got this thing 1-1.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, what a very competitive bout this is, as we expected. I mean, did you really think it would go any other way with these two warriors in there?
No, the one thing I am concerned with, as we mentioned, is Dan keeps growing. You know, I mean, remember, he's only 20 years old. He had a tough weight cut just to get to 150. And it looks like right now, if you look in the corner, that's not the Dan I know. I mean, normally he is on his feet. Jason does not like the human chair or guys to be sitting on their butts. He wants them standing, showing the other guy, listen, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go another 3 minutes. And he looks gassed right now. That weight cut may have had took a lot out of him.
When you couldn't have two better guys in your corner there, Donnie Walker and Jason Dent.
Donnie Walker with the big fight, September 17th in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
UFC 130
something.
6-2 something.
35 possibly. I know October is UFC 136, October 8th.
Well, I'm looking forward to Donnie Walker, but right now Dan Farnworth and Kyle Dolan are putting on one hell of a show, and looking over into the corner of Kyle, he does seem the fresher of the two. And as this storm moves closer, finally all night here in Geneva, Ohio, do we finally have the semblance of a breeze. And again, Dan hammering the legs, but Kyle getting the better of the fists. Nice, oh, he is rocked. Wow, he sent his mouthpiece flying. And Dan slips,
man.
He went for an anaconda, slips it, and then immediatly goes to a triangle. What a beautiful transition.
That could be it.
This could be it. Dan has to squeeze with everything he's got, and he's tapping. Unbelievable finish.
Wow. What a great win.
Unbelievable. Wow, both guys deserve a standing ovation.
Absolutely, that was a tremendous fight. And you can see the emotion. And Dan Farnworth may have come from behind to get that one.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And you see him right now just doubled over, bent with emotion.
Tremendous,
I mean,
tremendous fight.
Absolutely. Bent with emotion. And Dent over there is like smiling like a proud papa.
As he should be. I mean, that's
But hey, that's my kid.
that's a signature win in your amateur career.
Wow.
You're talking about a semi-finalist, a national semi-finalist in Kyle Dolan.
And that left hook sent Dolan's mouthpiece flying. Unbelievable.
Well, let's make this one official here in Geneva and send it up to Jazz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a triangle choke and a tap out at 30 seconds of round number 3. Your winner, Dan